Oh yeah, it's a little used teaching style known as just wait, and maybe the answer will pop up somewhere. Well, real quick, let me see what you're talking about. 7. Oh yeah, 4 is equal to 3.
I tried to take 4 away instead of 3.
Gotcha.
Have you?
Minus 4 plus 4. This is actually currently the hardest equation we've seen yet. Guys, just keep in mind what your goal is. Your goal is to get x equals number. What that really means, and what some of you guys have heard a lot from teachers, if you've done any equation solving before, is you want to get your x's on one side, your numbers on the other side. So, what is not together? Are my numbers not together, or are my x's not together? Yeah, my numbers are all good. My x is somewhere over there, somewhere over there. It's a mess. I don't want to subtract 4x over here. Why not?
Then you get a minus.
Because then I'm overloading one side. I want x's on one side, numbers on the other side. Whenever I say side, I mean side of the equal sign. Right? The equal sign kind of breaks this up in half. So I want to move this guy here. And when I say I want to move something, I want it to disappear in one place and effectively show up in the other place, because whatever I do to one side, I've got to do to the other side. So if I want to make that 3x disappear.
Minus 3x.
Yeah, minus 3x. I love it. Whatever I do to one side, I've got to do to the other side. So then you get x
4.
equals 4, and you're done. Sweet.
10%.
That is it.
Did you just not write 1x and the x or just put x?
Exactly. It's understood. Yeah. The really weird thing about x is there's an understood one there. There's an understood one there. There's an understood one there. Holy crap. So we, mathematicians, we don't like writing a lot, because most of us can't really write too well at all. So I feel bad for you guys. It's too bad. You all stayed, so what the hell? So we just say we all understand all those ones are there, dear God. So we're not loading our papers down with all this stuff. Cool. But if you put a 1 there, you're not wrong. Just don't think you have to divide by 1. But, you don't. 1x is just 1x, so then you can just rewrite it as, that's fine. How you guys doing so far? All right. Can somebody give me an equation where I'd have to multiply to solve it? Somebody come up with an equation that I have to multiply to solve it for x. What does it mean? What operation must be present then?
Division.
Division.
X over 2 equals 1.
X over 2 equals 4? Yeah, now since division is there, if I want to kill the 2, I've got to do the opposite operation, so I've got to multiply.
2.
So then you get x equals
8.
8. Sweet. How we doing? Yes, ma'am.
Can you do number 5 letter B?
Oh, the 2?
Yeah.
And it is, yeah.
Only teacher get excited about marking the works. Of course, you always got. All right. How do I set this up?
You remember the Xerox, the blue?
Oh my God, yeah. When I went to college, I worked in the math department. I was making copies, and it was the Ditto machine. I don't know if you guys even know Ditto machines. It's like 8-track tapes. They never existed, Jeff. That's a myth. So the Ditto machine, and then that stuff would get you so high. It's a little side benefit to working in the math department. So of course we all know how to set this up. Division. Very often, for some reason, I get I have a problem like 14 divided by I don't know, whatever, 3, and then I'll have somebody set it up like this, and they're really just going driving themselves crazy. what they do wrong.
There's no symbol.
Yeah, this is 3 divided by 14. This says 14 divided by 3. Just be careful about that. You know, the guy on the bottom goes out here. He's trying to divide into the 14. That's what he's trying to do. How many times can he get into 14? Right? Don't make that mistake here. That would be exceptionally freaky for this problem. The other thing I always see is I see like the answer showing up here out of nowhere, and then you multiply and get this. So you've done something interesting, and you've maybe guessed, or I don't know, but I need to see this step by step. The first step, this is 30, so I go into
31.
31
Minus 30.
one time, and then 1 times 30,
Minus 30.
and then subtract. Yeah, 1 comes down.
Yeah, 0 comes down.
0 comes down. Is that, can 30 go into 10?
0 times.
So the other thing I keep seeing not there is that 0. 30 goes into 10 0 times. Then you bring the 9 down. Now 30 goes into 109
3 times.
3 times. Because you think if it's 4, that'd be 120. That's too much. So it's got to be 3. That's 90. 3 times 30 is 90.
19.
Good. 19. And then you can just say R19 for right now. If you really want to, you can say 103 and
19 over 30.
19 30ths, 11. Cool.
Can you do letter F?
I don't know. Which, where? On number 1, I
On
guess?
number 1. Huh?
Yeah. Okay. Now, I'll do this problem, but I want to remind you guys, I do have the answer key for this that I will be giving you today, where I try to show some work. Yeah. Well, let's do this one. What's the very last thing I'm going to do in this problem? Division. Is division in general the last thing I do? Hell no.
For this one, yeah.
For this one, yes.
For this
In general, no. Right? In fact, if I write this, are those the same problem? That's wrong answer. Try again. Are those the same problem? Hell no, those are not the same problem. And I will show you why. What's dividing here? The 1 and the 4. That's it. That's all that's dividing here. What's dividing there? This number divided by this number. That's very different. So this way of setting it up hides something. If I wanted to rewrite that in a single line, I've got to say, what am I dividing? This thing divided by that thing. So if you want to try to write a big division bar in one line, you've got to draw in those parentheses. So if you try to do it in your calculator to check yourself, maybe, right? Not a bad idea. You know, garbage in, garbage out. You got to be careful what you give the calculator, because if you give it what I had up there before, it's going to give you something really funky. You're going to be like, holy crap. You've got to tell it top, and you've got to tell it bottom, so it knows what the hell's going on. You can't see that division bar, not yet. Maybe the TI 2000. Right before Skynet comes in and takes it over. It'll have eyeballs. Calculator, do that. All right. So, enough of that crap. Let's actually do the problem. So obviously you got to do the up top first, down below, and the very last thing we're going to do is that division. So what can I do on the top first?
Power,
which is 8.
Good. 2 cubed is 8, and the plus 1 is still there. What can I do on the bottom there? What do I have to do first?
Division. No, multiplication.
In this case, I multiply because I do this piece as it comes, because the very last thing we're going to do is definitely that subtraction. So I look at the rest of it and say, I'm going to do that as it comes. So then I get 21 times 2.
42.
42. Now on the top I get 9. On the bottom, what's the next thing I do?
4 minus 6 is
I like
Division.
4 minus, and then this division.
6.
6. And then I got basically one last step. Top's done. The bottom,
Minus 2.
good. 4 minus 6 is negative 2. And if you stop there, that's okay. You could bring the negative out front. You can bring the negative up top. Just don't make it 4.5. We're not into decimals yet. If you do, it's not wrong. I just need to see that. If I see this and then I suddenly see 4.5, I'm like, well, you know how to use your calculator, but I need to see the steps. Yeah.
So if one number, top or bottom is negative, the whole number is negative?
Definitely. Because if there's no other negative in there, there's no other negative to kill that one negative. The answer at the end is still going to be negative. So this is the same as this is the same as that. They are all negative 4.5, right? Negative 4.5. Cool. It's just convention to write it this way or that way. We normally don't leave the negative on the bottom because then it just looks uglier. Okay, cool. All right, so let me do this. Let me go ahead and give you guys the answer key so you can kind of check yourself what you've done. If you have not done any of this practice test yet, maybe don't look at the answer key yet. While I'm doing this, let me ask you guys a question. Is it possible that anybody in here has had late homework yet? Is it possible anybody in here has turned in homework late?
I'm gonna do it today.
No. Don't worry, I'm not coming down on anybody. What's wrong with you?
No, it's not due till the test.
I like it. It is impossible to have had late homework yet because it's not late until the day after the test. Until you try to turn it in after the test. You with me? I've had a few emails where people have said, I'm having trouble keeping up with the homework. And it sounded to me like they thought the dates on the outline were due dates or something. No. I'd like you to turn it in as you can so I can have more time to look it over and give it back. But if you absolutely need it, you have until the day of the test to finish homework. Don't worry, you can give it to them. You can give it over there. Yeah. They'll just put it in a little folder. I'm not bringing that much for you to do this. Just hang it out. Oh, yeah. Cool.
Never coming in
Yeah.
again. It's funny. I told my friend I feel like I was in fifth grade studying algebra. She sent me this. That's hilarious.
Yeah. All right. I'll let you guys look that over.
Can I have a sheet for the correction test?
What's that? What's your name?
Oh, thank you. I love
I like to like this. You sit down and stuff. I like this.
Yes, that's the right one. Good. Because then that one, they just happened to, they didn't ask to put it in words, they just asked to expand it, which means to break it into it. Yeah. Yeah. Because that would be positive 3, right? So then this must be negative 3. Because it's the negative of whatever that piece is. That piece is 3. So negative. Okay. That's fine. Yeah. If I don't have it. No, mixed numbers fine. We just haven't officially got to it. Oh yeah. The way that you think it might be false, you come up with an example that would show. You pick a positive number and add it to a negative number and have it come out positive, not negative. That's how you can show them. Yeah, so it depends on which one's bigger, right? Yeah, the wording on those.
I have trouble with this one.
Oh, yeah. So you gotta be careful. 5 minus 8. I know, but that's the last thing I do, right? I do inside here first, just like inside parentheses. Yep.
But don't 2 minus cancels becomes a positive?
Yep. So guys, real quick, what's the absolute value of negative 3? 3. So what's this? This. Yeah, that's that simple. Right? That is 3. So that has to be negative 3. That says the opposite of what the hell this is. Well, this is 3, so the answer must be negative 3.
I see.
What's the difference here?
The multiplication.
What's the difference here? There's no absolute value, right?
Right.
So is there anything to do here? No. So then I can just bring the negative in and it becomes positive.
Okay.
Here, there's something to do here. I've got to take the absolute value.
So when the parentheses are like this, different.
Then you can bring that in. If it's absolute value, there's something to do there still.
Before.
Sort of like parentheses. There's still something to do there before I start applying this.
Okay.
So I do that's 3, and then I apply that. Now the negative went away. That guy's not going to die. Oh, I needed to see the work. I've got to show you an example. Like if you start at negative 6, and then you go, when you add a negative, you go down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There you go. So if I just solve that, that would be the work. Yeah, so it didn't mean plot the answer on a number line. It meant use the number line to do the problem. Yep. And actually, it's a better thing like this. This one's sort of like right there. Negative is sitting out. That negative is sitting out. And then so is there any other negatives? Negative in this one. I have 4 negatives on 2.1. Yeah. Yeah, 4 power now. Now those negatives cancel. Those negatives cancel. You multiply that out, you get 16. Yeah. So here, this cube, this is negative 5 times negative 5 times negative 5. Whereas this is just a negative in front of 14. Stay there.